I generally create sculptures or project video footage onto existing architecture, and I always aim for a range of representation and abstraction within each piece. I know everything has a specific, different emphasis. My overarching goal is to create new experiences and contemplative spaces for viewers. So for this project, I'm calling it Altering the City, Video Landscape. And so for this project, I propose to do a video projection of natural elements on existing architecture in a public space. So the site would be determined in collaboration with city departments and community members during the 6-month artist residency. Sorry, I'm nervous. I've already met with the Boston Parks Department and the Department of Neighborhood Development, and we've talked about some possible sites. But I'm also really interested in hearing from the community, so we're picking a site together that people actually want to see activated. So the artistic goal of the project would be to bring natural elements into the middle of Boston and kind of give you an idea of what it might look like. I want to show you quickly a few past pieces. So whenever I propose a piece, I take photos of the sites and I do digital mock-ups, and that's how I first present it to people. This was a project I worked on in 2012 down at the Boston Harbor Islands Pavilion with Georgie Friedman and a bunch of other people. So that was the proposed image, and this is the final one. So it's called Overhead Current. It's a 2-channel video projection, meaning 2 projectors. There was no audio in the actual piece. And the footage is of fast water currents that I filmed from a ferry, which ties into it being part of the Boston Harbor Islands Pavilion. And this was just a temporary site-specific piece. This is another site that I did a piece in 2011. So the galleries at Carroll & Sons and Anthony Green asked me to fill a bank of their windows. So this was the site, and then the piece I proposed and created was called Above the Clouds. And it's actually footage from a high-altitude balloon, and it's the clouds and upper sky horizon line that you're seeing. Now, this piece could only be seen as a whole from the outside because these spaces didn't connect. It's 4 projectors in 3 different spaces, so I had to synchronize it to make it all look like one piece. Each window is about 8 by 10 feet. This is a corner of Berkeley Ave in Harrison, so you can see it from a couple blocks away. If you were to walk around the building, it was about 80 feet long, about 15 feet tall. And one of the things I was thinking about with this piece is what does it mean to try to fill a space, kind of erase the inner contents, or also playing with the idea of what does it mean to take something that's uncontainable like the upper atmosphere and put it into a building and kind of think about these juxtapositions. So this was up on January and February of 2011. And there's rear projection material that lines all the windows in order for it to hold the projection. So the video inside was actually a 26-minute loop, and there's going to be a little excerpt of it. If you get nauseous, you might want to look away. So this was just playing. Another type of project that I've done are a number of pieces for the Art in the Marquee project, which is down at the Massachusetts Convention Center, is also a Boston Cyber Arts project. And for it, I've made a number of pieces. The one that's playing is called Contain Lightning. Also have Seas and Skies, Digital Waterfall, and a snow excerpt. And for each of these, I film all the natural elements, and then I make the custom pieces thinking about the 7-screen display, and we can also program the base lights for these. For an example of an interior project, this is one I just completed at Union College in Schenectady, New York. So here I chose the underside of their stairwell as the site, and I filmed a local waterfall near the college. And here again, I was thinking about reuniting the building with the natural environment, and I don't have the video footage yet because I just made it, so I'll have to do that for you. The last example I'm going to show you of past work are 2 pieces I made for the College of the Holy Cross in Worcester last year. So these were the mock-ups, the building storm and shifting ice. And then you can see that the actual piece is a little different because it snowed. And so on the left, I think it's a good example of things that sometimes happen after when you're creating a site-specific work. So here, now I actually really like this piece even more because the ice is shifting not only along the wall, but actually coming out of the snow or crashing into it, and I think it really added to the piece. The back, let's see if you can see it, I filmed snowstorms out of my window in JP at night, so a light snowstorm and then a blizzard force winds. And then I added lightning to it, which I actually was electricity that I filmed down at the Science Center, and then I put it all together. And this is a 2-channel projection on this building. And so here, thinking about our relationship to all the stress we feel when a storm is coming, and also thinking about these buildings that are created to shield us, and all those various things. The ice footage I filmed in Iceland, and I don't know if you can see, there's a little person there for scale. For this one, I was also thinking about what does it mean to bring a glacial lagoon into the middle of an urban environment? Or what would it mean if we suddenly had small icebergs floating around in front of our houses and our buildings, and just trying to think about that. What does, oh, there's some seals. Have fun. So what was nice here at the science complex is that the students who were rushing by could then kind of get a nice new environment. So that keeps going. So back to the proposal at hand. So my process would be I would create a project team with individuals from city agencies like the Parks Department and Department of Neighborhood Development and others. Get individuals from community groups to, again, select a feasible site that all parties are interested in seeing activated. Then I would create a video responding to that specific site, either individually or, if there's interest, with a community group filming in parks and natural areas around Boston. Then there would be the physical installation of equipment on the site, and then the arranging of public viewing, which would be after sunset for a number of weeks that would be determined once the project is underway. So right now, the city of Boston has lots of in limbo and kind of vacant properties, which currently are maybe not used or kind of seen as eyesores or things like that. And so I would want to work with them and anybody else who kind of has maybe an idea of a good place they want to see activated to create this video installation. One possible site that I've spoken to both at the D&D and Parks about is the Geneva Street lot across from the Grove Hall Branch Library. This is just one possible site, but I also wanted to bring forward some of the attributes of a site that I might be looking for. So if you have one that you want to nominate, this is what this is for. So I would be thinking about a lot or a building that's kind of like a blank slate, or maybe kind of a transitional spot that people want to see activated. A spot where the community already wants to see beautified while waiting for development. Near and active neighborhood areas, especially one with good pedestrian and vehicle traffic after dark, like MBTA stations, retail stores, etc. And the slide is messed up, but that's okay. And possibly a site that's across from an indoor location that could safely house and power the equipment. That could be helpful. Variations and options of my proposal during the 6-month period could be to hold video workshop in partnership with schools and community centers for teens or adults that could either help film footage for the site, or just could be workshops and educational things. Other pop-up video installations if there's time and interest and resources allow. Either another city nature project or screenings of the participants' videos. So in summary, just to end, I want to just kind of restate my goals. One would be to work with city agencies to make a site in Boston livelier, more vibrant, and possibly safer by lighting up the area at night. Bring natural world imagery into the middle of Boston to re-emphasize our connection to both our natural and built environments. And 3, actively involve individuals from the community to foster collaboration and enthusiasm about the project and interest in a contemporary public art medium. So I hope that quick overview gives you an idea of how I would structure my 6-month time with the city. So thanks. Oh, yeah.